Hello, hello. I am back. I got myself a little snack, filled my belly, emptied my bowels. I got a Java chip Oreo. It's actually pretty good. I bought it at the Walmart. I bought it at the Walmart earlier today. I guess technically yesterday. It's pretty good. I don't know if it's new or not, but it's enjoyable. Oh. During our break, I looked through the flow line, the flow chart, and I did notice something. All the salvation routes... There. All the salvation routes are at the bottom on the far right. The far right branch. They're all in the far right branch. Naturally meaning you should be as well. So I have determined that where it branches off is right here. Right before Hellfire, when everything... Probably right about the time when Yves reaches out his hand to us. To Therese. Although instead of him becoming a crispy, crunchy little... I don't know... crispy thing of deliciousness. Not actually, like... Not actually delicious, but... He's a sweet little bean. And sweet little beans are delicious. So in that sense, yes, but in the actual taste sense, no. Anyway, I'm totally getting off track. Forget I said anything, okay? Anyway, before that happens, I imagine is where it branches off, it seems. So I believe Hellfire was when he turns into the crispy crunchy stuff. And Death Plumes is when all the townspeople die that try to kill her. And they deserve it. So dark, I'm sorry. It's their own faults. It is, actually. I mean, they set the field on fire, so, eh. But anyway, what we're gonna try? We're gonna try from the very beginning. Go bam, 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 bam. And let me do this just a second ago. Or maybe I need to start a new game. I'm going through this problem again. Okay. Yes. believe we need to do this. I always forget how we do it. Maybe I should start a stream once I actually got on routes. Oops. Alright, well... I think it's this one. I can't get back now, so... That'd be Act 2. I know, sometimes it's like allows you to choose the character. But sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know what the qualifications for that are. Still. And we're at the very end of the game, so it's like... If I just go to the flowchart and go to his and just go to the first choice. Just go it that way. As far as I know, it doesn't matter if... So you don't have to do the common route again, do you? I forget, did I do that before in others? I don't think I did. Yeah, we'll just go from here, okay. Alright, so... This is... Small model car. Praise creativity. Oh yeah, his food ride. Like I said, I swear we did this exactly as directed before. But apparently not. Not very convincing. Pretty good. There's like little chips in there. And that's a little bit of a crunchy factor. It's fun. Stroke hair. Although poking his cheek is very tempting, but it's not what I'm supposed to do. But it is very tempting. Hard to explain. And we're not going to do any reading until we actually get to the new parts. We're just zoomy, zoom, 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 zoom. I'm having coffee earlier on top of coffee. And you can't do anything about it. Number of bodies. I'm also gonna make a save file here just in case. So speaking of Jane, I wonder what's gonna happen to him. Because he was taken into the institutes. We're gonna hold on to this. Hold on. Hold on and never let go. They're lying. Lies. Oh, lies. The cake is a lie. Exit from the back. Refuse. Now we fast forward. We just let it go for a while, I guess. So, while we wait for this, and while we wait to catch up, because I'm kind of afraid to press the skip button. So I don't know if that'll just bring us back to a main menu. But wait. The skip thing, doesn't it say something about to the next unknown Let me make a random save here. I could have sworn it says something about, like, the next unread area. Yeah, jump to next unread text or where the player needs to be. Okay, yeah, so maybe actually this will work. Let's try it at least. Please work! Please work! Please work! Please work. Please work. I mean, it is a lot of jumping, so... do have to redo the common routes. I don't know. That's the end of that coffee there. So, I don't know if you've heard, but, you know that, the game, what's it called? Oh, I'll talk about later. Okay. Yay, we got this. I don't know what happened last time, but, we got it, so yay. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll mention it some other time. I've mentioned it before anyway, so I was just trying to fill in the time. But let's go, let's finish this. Let's do this! Yves was breathing heavily as he took his last step toward me. I could imagine him extending his hand to me once more. Please stop. I instinctively shut my eyes, as I knew very well that I needed to turn him away. I must not take his hand. If I was going to end up killing him, I would slap his hand away. I knew I should do that, but what I expected didn't happen. I heard a sound of explosions and something spreading. What lay ahead of my closed eyes? I slowly and cautiously opened my eyes. Yay! Black petals bloomed magnificently amid the crimson flames. Shouldn't he be dead? If he just grabbed those flowers and picked them, shouldn't he be dead? Yves, how are you alive? I won't question it, I'm just happy. I'm happy he's alive, so I won't question it. Black petals bloomed magnificently amid the crimson flames. The lycrous neoges that were hated by the people as the flowers of misfortune, despite the salvation they brought to the land.
俺と結婚してください。
Please marry me. For the first time, they didn't determine life. Instead, they were put into a bouquet to bring people together. You're so stupid. Mean words, unfit for the situation, came out. Why? Of all times. You do know you're about to be killed by me, right? Hearing me mumble, Yves gave a confused smile.
だって君、俺がどれだけ好きだって言っても死にたいって逃げちゃうからさ。
Well, it's not like you give me a chance, especially with how you keep running away from me no matter how much I say I love you.
俺がどれだけ本気か。このぐらいのことをしないと伝わらないと思って。
So I figured I needed to do something like this to at least show you how serious I really am. Yves was really stupid. But beyond that, he was a very strong person. In his hand was a black bouquet made from the flowers that he picked nearby. No matter how many embers got onto them, they continued to bloom boldly. It was as if the flowers had an unwavering will, just like the young man in front of him. But if I take that from you, I'm going to end up killing you.
死なない。
I won't die. He will, and he did.
死なない。どんな方法を使っても
I won't
耐え
die.
てみせる。
I can bear anything that comes at me.
今までだってなんとかなったし。
He sounds like he's in
7年前
pain.
だって顔が焼かれる程度で済んだんだ。
I've survived all this time. Even that day 7 years ago, I ended up with just a burn on my face. Actually, that is pretty impressive. Just a burn instead of because
死神に愛された
that
が
was a
ゆ
pretty
え
bad
に
fire.
その死に抗える命の持ち主なんだよ。だか
I'm
ら
guessing that I was loved by death,
安心して。
which is why I was born resilient to it. So don't you worry. I know I needed to slap the bouquet out of Yves' hand to save his life. That makes no sense. The real death doesn't work that way, you know?
じゃあもし本当に万が一
Why don't we go
この
take
手を
this
取って
outside of the
俺が死ん
flaming
だとしたら
garden of Licorice?
俺の後を追ってきてくれ。
Just a thought. Well then, if for some reason I do die taking your hand, then will you come after me?
もともと君が死んだら冥界まで追いかけるつもりだったんだ。
I came here with the intention of following you to Hades if I found you dead.
そこで結婚式を挙げるっていうのも死神っぽくて素敵
Yves, you're an
だ
idiot!
と思うんだ。
She's right! You fool! I figured it'd be a pretty neat place to have our wedding there. Very appropriate for death. Seeing me look at him in sheer disbelief, he waved the bouquet in front of me once again.
君がどれだけ嫌がってもそれこそ死んだって俺はこの言葉を届け続けるよ。
He's very determined. I'll give him that. No matter how much you hate me, even to the point of death, I'll keep repeating these words. His final confession of love. He boldly made his confession as the flames and toxins rode his body.
好きだセレス。君がどんな存在だろうと俺は君が背負う仕事
I love you,
愛してみ
Ceres.
せる。
No matter who you are, I will always love you, and the death that dwells inside you.
だからその命いらないのなら俺にくれ。
So please, if you don't want your life, give it to me.
俺の残るすべての時間を君に捧げるから。
I offer myself to you for as long as I have left. For these last 5 minutes. No, please be more than 5 minutes. I felt heat other than flames on my face. It was no use. No matter how far I ran away, even if I died, he would come for me. He would come with fearless resolve, even if it meant going to the depths of Hades. But that fearless resolve of his was... Yves, you're so mean. The joy I felt was unbearable. Toxic tears rolled down my cheeks. I let them out as I cried with all my heart. Yves Niosh was really someone who was born to love death. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I was sorry to everyone I had killed, and everyone who had died because of me. I can't die yet to atone for what I've done. I apologize for my selfishness. After all, a desire budded in me that I couldn't fight. A desire to live with him forever. I took a step forward. I love you. My confession. I couldn't run. I didn't want to anymore. If he was gonna offer his life to me, I love you, Yves. I would offer my life to him in return. I love you so much, Yves. I want you, my beloved, to take my cursed life. My new reason to live. I could live with despair. If I could be with him for a few seconds longer, that was my one and only desire now. I took his bouquet of Lycoris Neoshes and bent down toward him. I gently caressed Yves' burned scars and gave him a kiss. And there's that kiss in the Lycoris garden. Except for it's on fire. But that's fine. That's fine. It's like that meme with that little dog sitting in the fire. It's like everything's fine. Except for here, everything is fine. Kinda, sorta, but not really. But as fine as it can be. Our lips joined with the sweet taste of blood.
やっと返事がもらえた。
He finally answered me. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. Will you forgive me?
もちろん。
Of course. I didn't care if I got burned to death.
ありがとう。死ぬまで。死んでも永遠に愛してる。
Thank you.
俺の
Even after death,
リコリス・ノアージュの姫君。
I will love you forever. My princess of the Lycoris Neoshes. So will I. My guardian of the Lycoris Neoshes. Yves and I. The demon that took away their salvation. And death. Who brought misfortune to others. The flames of punishment devoured us whole. Romeo and Juliet ending? Huh? That's it? Okay. But there's end credits, right? Well, I guess we're both toasty now. We're both crispy, crunchy creatures. Together. In life and death. There we go, guys! That's the salvation! Honestly, if they actually did die, that's not much better than what we just saw earlier. No, it's not much better. I mean, they got to share a kiss on the lips. Well, they were still flesh. That's the only real difference. Very tragic. A tragic fate the two await. The two encounter. So what do you think? Do you think they'll live? Or do you think if they will die, it'll just be everyone else? It'll be like the end credits will be everyone else and what happens after. I guess we'll find out here in a moment. Then I'll be the next guardian.
え？
俺リコリスのワージュ好きだもん。だからじいさまはもうゆっくりお休みしていいよ。
I love the Lycris Neoges. So you can rest all you want, Grandpa.
じいさまや父様たちの代わりに俺がこの子たちをいっぱい愛するから。
I'll make sure I love every one of them as much as you and Dad's combined.
イブ、お前。
You're such a bright, shiny child.
けどその代わりに俺が立派な守護者になったら。
Oh, but if I can become a really good guardian, then...
好きな女の子ができた時、お話の死神みたいにこのリコリスの花で求婚してもいい？
Can I ask the girl I love to marry me with the Lycris flowers? Just like Death in the story? Ah, and that's the end of that conversation, because we never heard this part. We never got a chance to hear this part.
それはやめておいた方がいい。この花を直接抜いたら、お前自身が死んでしまう。
I think it's best you not do that. If you pick the flowers, you'll die.
何らかの方法で花束を作れたとして、普通の女の子は怖がって受け取ってくれないぞ。
Even if you did make a bouquet out of them, most girls would be too afraid to come near it.
リコリスを喜んで受け取ってくれるのは、それこそ死神の女性ぐらいしか。
The only girl who would be happy to accept it is the goddess of death herself.
じゃあ俺死神の女の子をお嫁さんにする。
And he did! Then I'm gonna find the goddess of death and marry her.
それで世界一素敵な求婚をこのリコリスのワージュで申し込むんだ。
I'm gonna propose in the best way with my Lycris Neoges.
どうおじいさま、いい考えでしょ？
See? It's a good plan, right, Grandpa? Sweet baby boy. Far away, the sound of the iron being struck could be heard. Much of the Institute had been destroyed, so work was quickly underway to fix the facility, but the head of the Institute, Cyan Brofeyes, was sitting down on the bench and crowing. The cool wind coming from the ocean stung the wound when his arm once was. Where his arm once was.
あら、男前になったじゃない。
Well, you're a lot more handsome now.
皮肉か。
Sarcasm?
そうよ、いいざまだわ。私の可愛い子供たちに手を出し、挙句そのうちの一人の命を奪った。
Of course. You deserve every bit of it. You harmed my dear children and even took one of them away from me.
殺しても足りないぐらい憎いけれど、あなたには借りがあるし、呪いの解明にこだわっていたのは私も同じ。
I hate you to the point I would kill you again and again if I could. But I'm in debt to you, and I have a curse to resolve. In addition,
一番最初にあの子たちを実験体とみなしていたのは私だもの。
I'm also the very person who saw those two children to be fit as part of your experiments.
あの子の死を愚弄する言葉でも吐かない限り、しばらくは殺さないであげるわ。
So as long as you don't speak ill of his death, I'll keep you alive. At least for now.
そうか。
I see. Cyan looked up to the sky and responded nonchalantly. So she said only one, meaning I'm gonna imagine Cerez and Yves is still alive somehow?
すっかりふぬけたわね。あなた本当にあのシアン？
You seem to have lost your fire. Are you really Cyan?
素人にあれだけ落ち度を指摘されれば、俺とてそれなりに思うところがあるというものだ。
Having a novice point out so many of my flaws gives me more than enough time to think about. Cerez said that her body could be used for experiments and testing after she died, but her powers went manifest in death, meaning there was little to be excited for.
ダハとあたりを公認にして、しばらくは第一線から引くか。
I'm gonna let Donut take my position, so that I can move away from the front lines.
あなたが研究を放棄するなんて。
That's a surprise.
明日にでもこの国滅びるんじゃないかしら。
I never expected to see the day you would turn your back on your research. Perhaps the country will fall to ruin tomorrow.
好きに言え。こっちは人間としての感覚を学習するのに忙しい。
Say what he wants. I'm busy right now trying to learn emotions and senses as a human being. Well, at least he's working on himself. I guess it's something. That's a good thing. Even if it does feel like the world is burning with his decision to stand back. That just feels abnormal. But it's a good thing, I guess. It's a good thing for him. Good job, babe. Good job.
クルーンへの借りはいずれ返すつもりではいるが。
I do plan on repaying Karun one day, but
何せ時間がない。それまであの夫婦の寿命が持つ可能性は。
I don't have the time. Who knows how long those honeymooners will live? Salome's face clouded with sorrow. Knowing their future would be cut short when...
やあ、
君が地上
Where
で
the
新たに
hell
降り
have
て
you
くる
been?
元神様かな
Anko, seriously, where the hell have you been? We could have used you multiple times. Where the freaking hell have you been? I assume you're the former god that fell to earth. Out of nowhere, a mysterious and ethereal man appeared in front of them.
Nani mono da?
Who are you? They stared at the man with suspicion.
私の名はかの守護者に呪いの正体を明かした死の番人
And you did a great job watching her. This root did a great job. My name is Anko, the Watchman of Death who disclosed the truth of the curse to the Guardian. The man who had been mistaken for death gave an eerie smile.
愛らしい同胞に契約を一方的に破棄され困っていてね。新しい契約者を探しているんだ。
I am troubled now that my beloved partner has terminated our contract. Therefore, I am looking for a new contractor.
シアン・ブロフィワーズ。
Oh my god, is the world ending?
私の新たな契約者
I
と
think the
なる
world is ending. Anko's actually willingly wanting to go into a contract with Cyan. Wasn't Anko like totally afraid of Cyan? It's like, no, I can't go near him. I cannot go near him. And now he is like, hey, wanna go into a contract? Wanna join hands? Like, what? The world is ending. Everything is burning. It's fine. Cyan Bowfies, would you like to enter into a contract with me?
君たちが起こした騒動のおかげで十分な準備はこの身の中に整ったのでね。
The commotion you have caused has given me sufficient time to make my own preparations.
それを利用し、この国の呪いに真正面から挑んでみるといい。
You can use it to face the curse upon this land without resorting to underhanded means.
彼女たちが死ぬのが先か、君が呪いに勝つのが先か。
Whether she or her lover dies first, or whether you defeat the curse first.
人間としてあがく君を見守らせてもらうよ。
I will continue to watch your lifelong struggle as a human. The Watchman of Death narrowed his eyes as he remembered the words he exchanged with his former friend. From among those words, a certain title flashed within his mind.
気高き死神、我が友よ。
Noble Death, my dear friend.
これより我ら漂流者の血族は盟友との誓いの証としてこの花の名を取りノアージュの姓を名乗る。
Henceforth, the bloodline of the Drifter would take on the name of this flower, the Nirsh, as proof of our pact.
唯一の心配は君の思い人が害されることがないかだが。
My only concern is that the one you hold dear may be at risk of danger. But
君が予言した通り、この先神として生まれるブロフィワーズの家系の末裔が道をたがえたときは、
according to your prediction, if the Brofai's descendant born as a god treads the wrong path,
彼の運命の対立者たるこのリコリスを愛す我らが末裔が必ず止めてくれると私も信じよう。
my descendants who will love the Lycrises will face that god and thwart him.
その末裔はきっとこの国を大きく動かす救済の象徴ビルシュとなる。
My descendant will surely become a symbol of salvation that will move this land. That one will become Virche.
ああ、君はこの言葉の意味は知らないか。
Yes, you have not heard of the word?
無理もない。これは私が外の国の言葉で作った造語というものだからな。
After all, it is one that I coined from the language of another land. He went on to say that he named it after the boat he was on before he drifted to this land.
2つの言語が使われており、ブロフィワーズのものにはそのうちの一つ、ビルテュエル、仮想の意味を教えたが、実はこの言葉にはもう一つ意味がある。
I combined two words into one, which I share with the Brophy's family. The word virtuel, meaning virtual. The other word was
ある種、箱舟という意味だ。
ark, meaning ark.
箱舟に運ばれたどり着いた私の意志を継ぎ、救済が仮想であったこの国に希望をもたらすリコリスに愛されし者。
Someone who drifted here on an ark. My descendants will bring hope to this land, thriving on virtual salvation.
そのこと、もし神たる者が私と君のように絆を育み、国を救った。その時は、
Should they build a lasting bond with the human god and bring salvation to this country?
ビルシュという栄光の称号を英雄となった二人にいつか会えた時に授けてやってくれ。
I ask that you give this honorable title of Virche to the two heroes you shall meet one day. But what's with the virtual? Is this all virtual reality? Are we in the Matrix? Did none of this ever happen? Now that'd be a twist. The National Research Institute was attacked by commoners from Koing. Many were severely injured, and just as many deaths. The institute was partially destroyed, and a portion of the backup data was lost. Yves and Cerez were wanted by the royal family of Arbichel, but they earned Science's wrath for using his name, and forever lost their right to become relivers. Yes! The royal family was thrown into chaos, which distracted them from looking for the two. Those who joined the attack were pardoned since someone lost the video evidence, making it impossible to prove their crimes. Good job, Donut. Lucas Proust, also known as Barreau, was also wanted, but he fled after the attack. Without the royal family's knowledge, he secretly visited Nadia Proust, who had been transferred to another hospital. Mathis Claude returned to his normal life, while waiting for the return of his butler, who was arrested for illegal research. Casualties were great in Koing, and the residents sought the death penalty for Cerez and the others responsible. But their requests were refused by Cyan Brofis, who stated that they were not involved in the deaths that occurred. Good job. He single-handedly ended the blaming. That's my man. That's my husband. The fact that the talented scientist Cyan Brofis had actually lied about scientific evidence was kept secret, with only a few in Arpichel knowing the importance of why he bent the truth. I was offering a prayer like he did, to the guests from beyond the ocean and his descendants sleeping in the family grave. The Lagris Neoges were also bowing in unison with the movements of the wind. It was as if they were giving their thanks to the family who raised them to full bloom. A single teardrop fell from my eye onto the flower's black petals. I'm such a crybaby. I closed my eyes to hold back my tears. I should get going. I picked up the basket sitting next to me and quietly got up from the ground. I can't guarantee that I'll be happy, but I'll do my best and struggle with all my mights so that I may one day say that I was glad I decided to live. I am death, after all. I won't lose to anyone as easily as before. So please watch over me from heavens, Adolf. I looked to make sure no one was around.
おかえり、セレス。
Oh, they're here. Welcome back, Ceres. Greeting me when I returned was Yves, sitting on the makeshift bed in his usual clothes. Did he just find a place, or did Anko leave them here? Puffy! Puffy's here too! Oh my god, that's amazing. That's the best thing I've ever heard. Not ever, but I'm glad we saved Puffy. Puffy's an important part of the story. He's an important part of the family. Next to him was a fishbowl with Puffy splashing water, as if to greet my return. Get back in bed, Yves. You have to rest. I hurriedly rushed to his side.
大丈夫、大丈夫。今日はなんだか調子がいいんだ。
Don't worry. I feel pretty good today. Yves reached out and held my hand, then wrapped a finger around mine to share his gentle warmth.
それより、アドルフたちへの挨拶は終わった？
Anyway, were you able to say hi to Adolf? Yes, and I let everyone know our situation. But are you sure it's fine? I know I requested it, but was it really okay to have Adolf buried in the New Year's family garden? Grave?
もちろん。アドルフは俺にとってのお兄さんにあたる人だからね。家族も同然だよ。
Of course. Adolf's like my older brother, which means he's family to me.
ヒューゴの実家も彼の意思を優先して、近いうちに棺をこっちに移してくれるって。
Hugo's family also respected the will he left, so his coffin should be arriving soon. I see. Which means we can go see them because we can go see them whenever we want.
うん。今度は俺も歩けるときに一緒に行くよ。
Okay, so I'm guessing that means that Hugo plans, Hugo and his will asked to be buried by, either next to Yves or in his, family grave. I was about to say garden again. I mean, yes, there's flowers there, but that isn't a garden, that's grave. Oh, then maybe you can call it a garden and grave. It can be both. Yeah. I'll make sure I can walk again, so I can go with you next time.
アドルフはともかく、定期的に顔を出さないと、寂しがり屋のヒューゴが拗ねちゃいそうだ。
Elf may not mind, but if I don't show my face every so often, poor Hugo would be so lonely.
でも、きっと寂しくないよね。 遠からず俺と君も彼らの元に行くんだし。
Then again, they may not be feeling as lonely as we think, since you and I will be with them someday soon. You're right. I chuckled. Remember him pouting before. Adolf and Hugo. Many others dear to us will also mourn since that day a month ago. Immediately after we were engulfed in flames, rain poured down like never before. With the flames doused, we both somehow managed to survive. As for my trait that went out of control, Yves gave me science medicine from his own mouth, which temporarily suppressed my power. Still, his chromosomes were already tainted, so stopping my power didn't reverse the effects. Yves was seriously on the brink of death back then, but according to Cyan, Yves possessed something like antibodies. Is that why there's so many Lycoris Nioch growing around your house?
そうそう。あれ実は自分で繁殖させたんだ。球根の状態なら呪いの効果は薄いから慎重に分
It's
球
because he ate them every now
分
and then,
裂さ
isn't
せて
it?
ね。
he grew antibodies by doing that. His crazy food experiments actually made it paid off. Yeah, I actually planted those myself. The curse doesn't spread to the bulbs, so I divided them so I could grow plenty.
リコリスって案外便利なんだよ。どうも畑を荒らす害獣を避ける呪いもあるみたいでさ。
Lycorises are surprisingly versatile. The curse keeps animals and insects from ravaging the gardens.
あと球根は食べると結構美味しい。
And the bulbs are pretty tasty, so... Huh? You've eaten them? Because Yves had eaten a number of Lycoris Nioch bulbs in the past, his body gained resistance to the toxins, which slowed the tainting of his chromosomes in comparison to others. Maybe they should serve Lycoris bulbs as a dish, a national dish, like just everywhere in the country. Have that be on every restaurant menu. Give everyone antibodies. Of course, you want someone who can prepare it correctly, so it's not gonna poison them, but... maybe there's an idea. But they're probably not as tasty as, Yves. I think Yves just has a certain weird taste buds. They're probably not actually all that tasty. His body gained resistance to toxins, which slowed the tainting of his chromosomes in comparison to others. I then took in his blood when he gave me the medicine mouth to mouth. Anko, the Watchman of Death, appeared later and administered another medicine to me that was red in color. Finally, my powers subsided. I could vividly remember Cyan's disgusted face after learning that Yves' eating habits actually proved useful in controlling my power. But just because my power was under control, it didn't mean I could go back to my normal life. We're on the run from the people of Koin in the royal family. So Anko introduced us to this hideout that we made into our home. Okay, so he did. Cool. Mother, Mathis, and the others had been secretly bringing us food and basic necessities for us to live. Despite their kindness, I could no longer go near them like before. Yes. The antibodies and medicines that were administered were simply suppressing my abilities from going wild. My powers as death had disappeared from me, which meant that I would probably die once I reached the age of 23. As for Yves, most of his chromosomes had become eroded and tainted by the toxin, so...
半年持つかどうかかな。
maybe I can last for half a year, I think? In fact, he had been spending most of the day on his makeshift bed ever since, unable to move like before. He would probably stop breathing the moment he pushed himself beyond his current capacity. Still, neither Yves nor I were saddened about the situation.
死ぬまでになんとかリコリスを守る次の管理者を見つけないと。誰か引き受けてくれないかな。
I need to find a next guardian for the Lycoris before I die. I wonder if there's anyone out there willing to take my role.
君は俺が死んだら後を追うつもりなんだよね。
If I die, you're gonna follow me, right? Of course. That's the promise we made when I accepted your marriage proposal. If you dare tell me now that you want me to live after you die, not only will I be angry, but I'll hate you too.
それは死活問題だ。君に嫌われるなんて俺にとっては一番の絶望だよ。
Guess that's out of the question then. Having you hate me would be the worst thing. I thought you were going to live even through despair.
それとこれとは話が別。
That's a different kind of despair. You squinted his eyes a bit, and before I could react, Aww. He gently took my arm toward him and onto the bed. Yves gently brought me onto his lap and gave me a kiss. It was warm and sweet. His pulse and warmth had a powerful brilliance, despite the fact that he didn't have much time left to live. But that's gonna change, right? Right? We remained like that for a few seconds. We kissed and embraced each other, as if we were the only two people in the world.
絶望に耐えられるのは君がそばにいてくれるから。
I can endure despair because you're with me.
君がいなかったら俺の心はとっくに壊れて死に逃げていたよ。
Without you, my heart would have broken long ago. I would have died to escape from this life. I would have done the same. But you brought me back to life, even knowing that I was broken. I was close enough to feel his breath. He was no longer hiding the part of his skin where the Lycoris dwelled. He showed himself to me exactly as he was, I'm so glad I didn't die back then. But I'm so despicable to think that still, I can't lie to myself about the happiness I feel being with you.
その矛盾を抱えながら俺たちはこれからも生きていく。
Yeah. And we're gonna live with those conflicting feelings until the end of our lives. Yves and I laughed. We showed our smiles to each other despite knowing that we were using the hopes and lives of others to build our own happiness.
大切な人を死なせた罪、救える命を見捨てた罪、
The sins of killing those precious to us, of denying those we could have saved.
許してくれと失ったものの幻影に怯える時が来るかもしれない。
The day may come when we grow afraid of the shadows who may have passed and begged for forgiveness.
悲しみに濡れ涙が止まらなくなる時だってあるかもしれない。
There may even be times when we won't be able to stop our tears. Those things were what connected me and Yves together.
そのすべてを分かち合いながら共にいよう。
Let's live beside each other and share all of it together. Yes. Even in the midst of despair, I will always stay by your side. I would live on, more hideous than death. No matter how hated I was, no matter how many times I blamed myself, I wouldn't lose to any dark emotions that awaited me. I would live for as long as possible, smiling with him, and die when the time came to repent for my selfishness. I wouldn't worry anymore, like Yves told me. Yves. I moved closer to his chest, arm and cheek. I pushed my warmth against him to show that I wanted him to touch me even more. Yves responded and embraced me closer, harder. He then gently touched the licorice pin on my hair with his burnt and scarred fingertips. You'd better be prepared now that a scary girl like me has captured you. I won't let your soul escape, even after you die or go to Hades.
それはこっちのセリフだよ。相手が神だろうが死神だろうが関係ない。
I should say the same to you. It doesn't matter if I'm facing God or death.
君が生む死も不幸も絶望もそのすべては俺のものだ。
Death, misfortune, and despair you gave birth to is mine and mine alone. I was the kind, cruel bride of my dear guardian. I swore my undying love to him in the foul flower field, where many lives were laid to rest.
この命をかけて君を愛してる。
My life belongs to you forever, Ceres. We would never part, even when the end came. The black licorice flowers, blooming throughout the land, blessed us. Their petals rose into the beautiful sky. Oh, it's red! It's because Adolf. Maybe.
大切な人たちをたくさん失って多くの人々を見捨てて、それでも俺は君だけを愛するって決めたんだ。
There we go.
どうかこの命が終わる時までいや終わった後もずっと隣にいてね。俺だけの
My beloved
愛しい死神さん。
There we go. And that is the end of Virche Evermore, Arrow Salvation. Oops. Oops. Oh well. So there we go. We have officially finished it. No, not scene list. Specials. Gallery. Yep. We have officially completed the entire series, the entire game. All CGs completed. Everything collected. And now the only thing left is the fan disc, which comes out in fall. So I don't know if the fan disc is going to be kind of like an alternate universe thing, or if it's going to be like an after type thing. Although we've used one, I hope they do like find a cure to save them both. I want them both to live nice, a long, happy life. I would like that. Although I am still sad that Adolf died. I was really hoping he'd live. But it just wasn't in the cards. But that really surprised me. Anko offering a contract with Cyan? I did not see that coming. Although if they... That would actually be very useful, because, you know, they could actually totally, come up with a cure for the curse if they work together. So hopefully they do. Hopefully, Cyan decides it's a good idea to team up with Anko and find a cure. Although it's good he's working on himself too. Personal growth. And I do wonder, whatever happened to Lucas? I wonder if he's okay. And also how Mathis is doing now that Jean isn't there, because, I mean, someone needs to keep him oiled up. Oh, sweet little homunculus. So that's a little bit of a worry. But I'm always worried for Mathis, baby. But now that we played all of them, I still think my favorite end is Adolf and Anko's. You know, the end, like the what happened to everyone type of end. Because in that one, I mean, everyone lived. It was great. Everything was resolved. It was amazing. I mean, yeah, we did lose Donuts and Salome, but I mean, it was... I guess it kind of had to happen. But in this one, they did get to live, which does make me happy. But they also don't know each other. So that's unfortunate. But they're both alive, so yay! I'll take happiness in that. One day. One day. There's always the future, so they always have time to discover each other and reconnect. Just maybe deal with the immediate problems. You know, the curse. The, clearing Yves and Ceresa's name and letting them live back in society and expend their lives. Or ideally, just find the cure and then use that to extend their life. But anyway, there we go. Virche Evermore, Era Salvation. Done and done. Oh. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave it. Oh, I love this game. I do. Although, I do complain about getting on the routes. I still don't know what triggers, like, what the conditions are for the, salvation. So I seriously have no idea what happened. We did both the previous bad ends before, when we did Yves' routes during the whole despair segment. And we should have been good to go. We should have been able to good to go the first time around. But I don't know what happened. Something happened and we weren't, so yeah. I don't know, maybe what happened... Okay, actually, no, maybe I do know what happened. Maybe what happened is when I prepped Yves' routes, I started a new game. And the start of a new game is what leads you to despair. And in order to get the salvation end, you have to go through the flowcharts onto, you know, the questions like we did, onto the path. So maybe in order to get the salvation end, you actually have to go through the flowcharts. Or else it's, you know, takes it as you doing the despair route. Maybe that's how it works? Because that's the only thing I did different this time. So I guess maybe that's how it works. Well, I guess now we know, so... So if you want to replay the despair routes, go from the beginning of the game, you know, start new game, play it that way. Or like... Actually, can you do the despair routes through the flowcharts? It's a good question. How does this work now? Okay, I just want to do a quick, since we've only been here an hour, so I want to do a quick experiment before we end. So we'll do Mathis as an example because I love my baby boy. So I'm gonna go from here, and I'm just gonna go bam, 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 and see what the heck, where we end up. Let me get the guide up. Alright, so let's see what happens. Let's see if we get the salvation route again, or if we get a despair end. Oh yeah, okay, yes.
僕は本当に
My baby,
自分勝手で
I don't think you're selfish.
愚かですよね。
No, but while we go through this, I will talk about the other routes. So, let me try to rate them. Like I said, for the salvation ends, I enjoyed, Adolf and Anko's route the most for their salvation end. Although I was a little... the Anko part of the salvation end, it did frustrate me a little bit, as you might have seen when I played it. Grandpa. But I did like that one. It had the highest majority of happy endings. The second one I liked was obviously Cyan, because, you know, Cyan's my man. So Cyan's Salvation End is my second favorite. I know, you think it'd be my first, but, you know, I have to take into account, you know, all the other characters, what happened to them. And considering that Adolf died in his route, again! Adolf's just dying left and right, poor boy. So yeah, that's why Science Route gets Salvation and gets second place. So for third place I think I want to say Mathis. Maybe. Or maybe it'd be Yves. I'm trying to think. Third place, Mathis and Yves. I think I'm gonna go with Mathis. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Mathis for third place. So then fourth place would be Yves, and fifth place would be Lucas. Because literally everyone freaking died in Lucas's route. Like, what the fuck? I'll say it again. I'll say it forever. That wasn't a salvation end. That was an additional despair end. So yes. We got Anko Adolf first place, Cyan second place, Mathis third place, Yves fourth place, and Lucas fifth place for their salvation ends.
っていうか、もっと泣きわめいて嫌がるかと思ってたよ。
Now as for despair ends. For despair ends... Let's see. Well, okay, first place for despair ends is obvious. Obviously Cyan. I'll play that again and again so I can cry. And, you know, squeal. So for despair ends... There we go. Okay, for despair ends, Yes, sign first. Who's second for Despair Ends? I think. Who would be second for Despair? Maybe Anko and Adolf, actually. Because I liked how much their Despair Ends revealed. Their Despair Ends revealed a lot. Like, a lot. So yeah, seconds. For Despair Ends, second place would go to Adolf and Anko. And third place... Third place would go to... I guess Mathis. Because this whole thing here is tragic. Although the whole actual, like, Despair end is just like, I don't know, it makes me double think.
ねえ、その奇跡って本当に必要なの？どうして僕のような自我がカミーユの自分を愛し自分もまた命として
Okay, so I think we ended up on the salvation end.
あなたは幸せだった頃の望むま
If I recall.
そんなヘリ
Yeah, this is salvation
なんか
end.
じゃないよ。あなたはセレスさんが今のカミーユは過去にすがりついて
Anyway,
ばっかりで
salvation ends.
新しい彼女に
For third
恋をする
place,
自信がなかっただけだ。さっきだって培養機を思い
not
っきり
salvation
殴った
ends,
りし
despair
て
ends. Sorry. Yves or Mathis, I'm trying to decide. Because I love Mathis's and here, you know, the whole how dramatic it is. I love how dramatic it is. You know, the multiple personalities change, the whole like dedication. But it's the whole Mary Jane thing that like makes me debate whether to put it in third or fourth place. Because it's like it's just I couldn't do that. I can't. So with that, and then Yves is the burnt hand, and but Yves has the cool fight scene. He has the cool CG. Oh, he gets the cool CG either way. This is tough. Yves or Mathis for third place. Oh gosh, this is a toughie. What do you think?
Bakaな。そんなことがあってたまるか。俺の命は だったら今すぐそこからロザリーを取り出し愛していると告げてみろ。感情も返事もないのすべて覚悟の上で。
Okay, yeah, I think I choose Yves for third. For his despair, their despair end. For third place. And then Mathis's despair end for fourth place. And then Lucas's despair end for fifth place. And this is by like the despair end 2s. You know, the ones with the CGs. The ones that the true despair ends. I'm judging this by. So I'm gauging my despair ends by the true despair ends.
できないでしょ。
But next I wanna rank by roots.
僕の記憶
By
迷わず
roots.
そこにいる彼女
Like in its entirety.
愛
Like
も口づけも捧げることができたは
not
ずな
just
の
the
に。
ends. For roots, top 3 are between Cyan, Mathis, and Adolfonco. So roots. Oh man. I really want to say Cyan's at the top. But Adolf and Anko make a very tough competition for him. Because their route was just the lost loop. It was so good and revealed so much. It was just so much lore, and I love lore. I love myself lore and world building. Maybe?
違う。俺はロザリーを道具だなんて思っていない。
Oh, you have totally, Claude.
俺は男の子かな女の子かな。
You're a horrible father!
でもさ、リライバーにならない俺たちは親父たちがいるとはいえ
Mostly, if you ever come back to life, punch him in the face.
寂しい思いをさせるだろうな。
That's what any good mother would do.
なら来世で生まれ変わってまた夫婦になってそしてあなたがどんな姿に私
But yeah, because of all the revelations, I think I would choose Uncle and Adolf's roots in its entirety as first place. And then Science roots as second place. Then Mathis's route as third place. Yves' route as fourth place. And Lucas's as fifth. Like, I'm sorry to all the Lucas lovers, but Lucas didn't impress me that much. It's hard to... He killed so many people. It's like, it's hard to justify him and his roots and his, It's really hard. I mean, I want him to live and be happy with his sister. Although his route was good because of the whole, like, Nadia Capuchin thing. But honestly, that's the best part of his roots. The whole Nadia Capuchin thing. That's the part that stands out the most in his roots. So yeah. Sorry, Lucas lovers. Yeah, that's my rating. That's my rating for roots and ends. I'll post it on Twitter too.
子供の名前を一緒に考えることもできない。卑怯でも残酷でもだっていくらでも残酷になれるほどあいつらのことを
Good. Gene.
あなたは取り返しのつ
But also, it was in Anko and Adol's roots
いるんだから
that Gene actually got a little bit of a... You know, he kind of... He saved himself in my eyes a little bit. Or started to. He actually
償って
began to show some, you know, some growth. Like, maybe everything between him and Mathis would be alright.
僕の中に残る記憶と協力してロザリーさんたちがいた証をこの国に残そうよ
And I was right in my belief of what I got, the little bits and pieces I got from Adolf and Anko's roots of
小説でも絵本でも写真でも何でもいいから僕たち二人が揃っていれば
which actually kind of made like me hate him again. It's because like what the fuck? What the fuck?
マティス
This is your own blood. Yes.
爆発
The explosion.
セレさん
Camille's trapped. Camille tries to scare them away.
カミール
多分この研究俺が捕まセレス
何してる
So yeah. Is there any other rankings? Any other rankings I can do while we, you know, zoom through this? Because... But this is confirmation that if you access the, access through the flowchart and, you know, make the choices, you'll end up getting the, salvation routes. So imagine if you want to get the spare ends, you'll have to go through the game from the beginning, and access it through Act 2 Despair in order to get the despair ends and play through the entire game that way, I guess? If that seems most... You know, let's actually confirm this. Let's confirm this on stream. That way, if anyone has as much, like, confusion as I do about how this works, we'll actually get ourselves an answer. Because the internet doesn't have answers for this. So yes, if you pick through the flowcharts, and, you know, access from the first choice, and, you know, do everything correctly, you'll get your salvation route. Because, it's weird, because, here's what happens. In the guide, the options needed to get the salvation routes and the options needed to get the spare end number 2 are the same. You would answer the same thing. So it's that mystery factor I'm trying to determine that determines if you get that second despair end or if you get the salvation end. Because what if you want to play through the second despair end again? How do you do that? So that's what I'm trying to answer before we end stream. So, in order to do that, I'm going to go to title, I'm going to start new game, I'm going to zoom through, and we'll see if we end up with despair or salvation. Probably will be despair, because it is... That makes sense why I would say despair, because... But I imagine if you actually did just want to, like, play the despair ends themselves, you could just, you know... You could just start from, the chapter in where this right before this despair end, goes. Like, actually, what if we do that? Say we start here. The branching. What happens if we start here, actually? Let's try this first. Because this is actually a better option. Because, you know, the whole new game, Act 2 Despair, that's, you know, it's kind of actually self-explanatory if you think about it. It'll give you a despair end. But what happens if you, choose this? Is it kind of like the toss-up, or what? Let's see. So is it randomized? We'll see. This whole part hurts. This whole part hurts. My baby boy. Yep. Okay, so salvation end.
殺人犯が愛を語っているようにはなら
誰それは
Yep, this is salvation end. So what if we do that again? Say here. And we fast forward. Is it still a salvation end? Or do you actually need to start from the beginning, a new game, and press despair if you want to play the despair ends again? Or, you know, actually go onto the branch. I mean, it's one thing if you want to play the, It's one thing if you want to play the game, like as a whole, and get to a certain end. Or if you just want to see the ends. Because if you just want to see the ends themselves and replay them that way, then you can just go to the flowchart. And, you know, you choose from, where the end starts. Such as, like, here. So yeah, you could do it this way, but if you wanted to play, like, the whole game, just, like, experience it again, but wanted to get a certain end, the despair end, that is, by certain end is what I mean, I think you would have to do a new game. Act 2 Despair, and go from there.
大切なだって君の
But just to confirm, Yeah, it's not Nathos. Just to confirm, I am gonna try it out. I'm pretty sure my confirmation is gonna be correct. I'm almost certain it is. So Lothine is common roots. Right, yeah, 2 is character roots. And 3 is Adolfonco. They get their own thing. Because they're special. Actually, no, this is the beginning, isn't it? So then what is Act 1? Wait, what's Act 1 then? What's Lothine? Oh, it's this part. Okay, so no, this is actually is, like... Actually, no, I confused myself now. Which is what? Yeah, but this is the part where, oh, she tells about how many people she's killed, holds the dagger to her throats. We get the whole, like, mysterious backstory, the whole mysterious I didn't save her in time. And then she wakes up, and then... yeah. But yeah, it was... I'm pretty certain this is what the, how you're gonna play the Despair Roots, if you want to play it by the story. And not just by, like,
この国は
singular parts.
死に敗北一人死神は今日
So by clicking this, I'm pretty sure it'll... You're guaranteed you'll get the spare, one of the spare ends. Though you have to go through all the common root stuff. No, literally, you do. Although every now and then, I do see on a flowchart the ability to, like, actually access someone's roots through here. Somehow. But it doesn't always seem to work. So I don't know what that means or why. Should we? No. Okay, no. But, Okay, should we end this game with happiness or sadness? Happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad. Or I guess technically happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad. Or do you just want to see the CG? Well, I don't... let's feel some pain. Final chapter. Despair and Cyan, my boy. It's just in case anyone hasn't played his Salvation End yet. Don't want to spoil the happiness, right? Alright, let's feel a little bit of pain before we end. A few months later, I was back in my position as director of the Institutes. Donor was able to revive, but relinquished his position as deputy director out of guilt and disappeared. By my side... Pain! So much pain!
犠牲は多かったが、一応目的は達成できたわけか。
Many lives were lost, but I suppose we accomplished what we wanted. It feels a bit strange, but I'm just glad you're safe, Cyan. So this was with me like before. She was continuing her work as my maid, taking care of the daily chores.
お前は本当にお人よしだな。それよりさっさとサンドイッチをよこせ。
You really are
お前
globally
は
nice.
俺の全自動サンドイッチ供給機だろうが。
Now then hand me a sandwich. Make your own damn sandwich, baby. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Would you please get your own sandwich?
仕方のない雑用係だな。まあこうやって話せるだけでも十分。
I actually read a fan fiction. It was a sad fan fiction where literally she was walking him through how to make a sandwich. And he was like literally crying the whole time. And he's like, it doesn't taste the same. It tastes disgusting. She's like, you'll do better next time. He's like, It was very sad. It was very sad.
そうだったな。
Very sorry.
別に謝る必要はない。こうしてお前がそばにいて、そして研究さえできれば問題ない。
There's no need to apologize. I'm fine if I can continue working on my projects with you by my side. Sarah smiled happily, hearing my words. Yes, I had no problem as long as she was with me. So... that's... why... you want to leave my side. I need you with me. He's not okay.
シアンさん、あれからあのままなの
He's not okay. Sign hasn't changed, has he?
そうみたいだね。研究員の人たちにも聞いてみたけど、ずっと彼女と話しているって。
Yeah, seems like it. I spoke to the guys working there, but he's been talking to her the whole time.
こんなこと言っていいのかわからないが、そんな状態で所長なんか務まるのか
You know, I'm not really sure I should say this or not, but is he really able to be a director like this?
わからない。けど、シアンさん自身が最前線で研究することを望んでいるから。
I don't know. But Sign himself wants to continue working on the front lines, so...
そうか。ならいいんだが。
I see. Guess it's fine then?
そういえばあの人、セレスと約束したとか言ってたよな。この国にかけられた呪いを解いてみせるって。
Speaking of which, he was saying something about a promise with Cerez to get rid of the curse, right?
ああ。だからこそシアンさんは、彼女の記憶を自分にダウンロードした。
Yeah. Which is why Sign downloaded her memory into himself.
セレス本人は結局力尽きてリライバー化できなかったからバックアップを取るので精一杯だったんだ。
Cerez didn't make it in time to become a reliver. and the best he could do was back up her memories.
運が悪かったな。ブローに他の培養機を全て壊されちまってたなんて。
Guess luck wasn't on his side. If only Barreau hadn't destroyed the other incubators.
だからって。
It's also why I can't
他人に記憶をダウンロードするなん
quite
て。
bring myself to
それで本当に彼
forgive
女が生きてる
Lucas.
ことになるのか。
He made this scene happen. Still, can you really say she's alive? When what happened was that her memories were downloaded into someone else?
わからない。そもそも彼女の記憶はシアンさんに適合しなかった。だから彼はああなってしまって。
Who knows? Her memories didn't match science, which is why he's still like that even now.
何が正しくて何が間違っているのか。
To be
それ
honest,
を判断する思考力も
I
な
don't
いよ。
have the brains to say whether what he did is right or wrong.
それもそうか。
I see what you mean.
結局俺たちにはあの人が呪いを解いてくれるのを待つことしかできないんだな。
In the end, I guess the only thing we can do is wait for him to somehow find a way to get rid of the curse. Puffy, save us.
おい、セレス。胸が痛いぞ。
Having feelings never hurt so much. Welcome to the world, Cyan. Emotions are great, right? Ceres, my chest hurts. Oh, you're alright? Perhaps your injury from when you updated the memory hasn't healed.
そうじゃない。お前のことを考えていたからこうなったんだ。
That's not it. I'm hurting because I'm thinking about you.
以前の状態では考えられなかったことだ。どうやら俺は本当にお前のことが。
This has never happened to me before. It seems to be because I love you. I'm so happy to hear you say that, Cyan.
セレス、俺が絶対にこの国を蝕む呪いを解いてやる。
Ceres, I will get rid of the curse that's eroding the country.
だからそれまで、いや、それが終わったとしても、ずっと俺のそばにいろ。
So until then. No, even after that's done, I want you with me forever.
頼む。
Please. Yes, of course. After all, I love you too, Cyan. Ceres again showed me her gentle smile inside my brain. I knew that the promise we made before was hollow and meaningless now. But I could no longer tell her that. And there you go! Why did I decide to end it like that? Should we go to his happy one? Let's do his happy one. The end with the happiness and, you know. We'll do that, and then that will be the end of Virche Evermore. I'm just being selfish right now. I'm just being selfish right now. Besides, it'd be weird if I just ended that at 1 hour. Right? Right? My sandwich boy! It's literally my screensaver, that picture there. That's literally my screensaver. See, it's my screensaver.
私の後悔も消えて終焉の夢
永遠に共にいて誰にも奪われることはないというのに、やはり感情はバグかもしれんな。お前にもう一度触れたいと胸が痛んでいるのだから。
Virche, because I love him, so I want to be selfish before we end this game completely. I know we only played this a couple weeks back. A week. No, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. We played this 2 weeks ago. We go to the very end. Alright, so, you know, if you haven't played Science Salvation End, shoot, go away. It was good having ya. Thank you for coming again. Love to see you again at some point. So, yeah. Are they gone? Okay. Salvation End time it is. Revisits. Science Salvation. Our fiancé. We're done visiting the I was about to call that a ceremony. That is a cemetery, not a ceremony. A cemetery. Because remember, freaking Adolf died again! Why are you always gonna die, Adolf? Why? It's not cool. I was back in my room at the orphanage with Cyan by my side. Donna's grave was very clean and beautiful. There were a lot of flowers placed there too.
あいつは俺以上に人望があったからな。研究員たちが代わる代わる訪れたんだろう。
He was more popular than I was. I assume the other researchers came to pay the respects. I see. I feel bad for Donuts. He didn't deserve to die like that. I feel bad for Donut too. He died in almost every route too. He died in Lucas's. He died in Science. He died in Adolf Onko's. Did he die in Mathis's? I forget. But yeah, if he might have only lived in 2 routes. They seem to do that a lot, like have some people like there's never one route where everyone lives. Someone's gonna die. At least one must die each route. Thinking of Mother, I couldn't say much more beyond that. The best sign and I could do for him now was.
だがあいつの研究内容自体は良い形で引き継げている。
But his research was incorporated in a positive way.
俺は呪いを完全に解き明かすことであいつの死に報いを。
Oh yeah, if I recall, the rogue killed Donut this route, right? will uncover the truth behind the curse in his place, as a way to avenge his death. Cyan. He wouldn't let his efforts go to waste. I was sure Cyan would keep his word. To break the curse of death before I died, and create a country where everyone was free to be angry, to mourn, and to love. We paused for a moment, then Cyan sat on my bed.
ところで、研究といえば、少し実験したいことがあるんだが。
Now then, about my research. There's something I want to test. What is it?
こちらへ来い。
Come here. Okay. He patted the bed and I sat down beside him. Suddenly, Cyan put his arm around my shoulder and pulled me close without a change in expression. My beloved looked at me with his unique colored eyes. Shall I say it again, and I'll say it forever, they're beautiful. I want eyes like that. I suddenly felt my heart race. Cyan, what is it?
観察している。
I'm observing. Observing? Observing what?
もちろんお前をだ。
You, of course. Our conversation wasn't making sense. But come to think of it, you were staring at my face when we were out shopping earlier, too. Was that part of your research? Maybe he was trying to observe my physical traits as death?
いや違う。
No, you're mistaken.
あれは単にお前に見とれていただけだ。
I was simply captivated by you. Huh? His words made my face hot. What are you... He stopped me from completing my question.
一連の事件を解決した後、お前も笑うことが増えただろう。お前の笑顔はつい見入ってしまう。
You've been smiling more often since the incidents have been resolved. And your smile is captivating. The smooth talker. His whisper was so sweet that it passed through my ear and began to melt my mind.
新たな肉体に移行した後、ずっと実験をしていたんだ。本当に自分が感情を得たのかどうかを。
I wanted to test my body to see whether I really did gain emotions.
だが俺には手本となるサンプルがない。
But unfortunately, I don't have a sample on hand to reference.
だから観察していた。お前を見つめ、メモリーが奏でる音に耳を傾けることによって。
So, I was observing you. I gazed at you and listened to my memory sing a tune. So the reason you've been near me a lot?
そうだな。いわゆるお試し期間というわけだ。
Yes, it's something of a trial period.
それでまあ分かったのは。
Through this, I learned one thing.
俺はお前のことが好きらしい。
That I'm in love with you. So he naturally pushed me down onto the bed and whispered into my ear again. Cyan brought my hand to his heart, which I could see under his collar.
どうだ、お前にもわかるだろう。
See? You can tell, can't you? Yes. His heart beats gently. The tune to which his heart beats was far from something cold. It was a bead that held color and warmth. This is strange. For some reason, my heart is screaming from feeling your heart's rhythm.
ではその鼓動もっと早めてみるか。
Very well. Then perhaps I'll make your heart beat even faster. See, this is the best Salvation ending, isn't it? At least I think it is. But romance-wise, the only reason it's not ranked number 1 is because Adolf dies. If Adolf lived, it would definitely be ranked number 1. But romance-wise, this is 100% number 1. Romance-wise, this is top tier. This was vastly different from when he put his lips on mine before. It was a kiss that seemed to seek out my existence. Cyan kept changing the angle of his kiss, as if to steal soul of the one called Death, Ceres. As he said, with each kiss, my heart screamed even louder.
これが恋をしたという感覚か。存外悪くない。
So this is how it feels to love someone. I admit it isn't bad.
お前と強く結びついている気がするし、何よりお前のそういう顔を見ていると。
I feel myself bonding with you more strongly, and seeing your expression is quite...
かなりそそられる。
quite intriguing. He whispered in a serious voice, and the temperature of my face rose even higher. Are you sure about this?
何がだ?
About what? I mean... Are you sure it's okay for you to have someone like me by your side?
逆だ。お前以外にふさわしい者はいない。
Incorrect. There was no one more suitable than you. He seemed sure of himself, but it was still hesitant about his decision.
神の隣に立つのは、同じ神である死神が最もふさわしい。
The god of death is the only one worthy of standing beside God's side.
だからそう不安がってくれるな。
So don't worry about it.
俺は間違いなく前回から引き継いだ記憶も含めて、お前のことを愛している。
With all the memories I inherited from last time, I know for a fact that I love you. I could feel Cyan's heart chest beating to a different tune now.
お前と触れ合っているといつもこうなる。お前の笑顔を見た時も、お前に微笑みかけられた時も。
I always end up like this when I touch you. It's the same as when I see you smile, and when you smile at me.
共にいない時間でも、ふとしたことでお前を思い出してしまう。
You seem to appear in my mind even when you're not around. Cyan.
ここまで言えばわかるだろう。
Need I say more?
あの日の宣言通り、確かに俺はお前に恋をすることができた。
As I stated back then, I was able to fall in love with you. This was indeed his confession of love. In this country and in this world, this godlike person was directing his beautiful emotions to me, and only me. His boldness and honesty made the anxiety I felt inside disappear into a mist.
それで、お前はどうなんだ?
So what about you? Huh?
俺を好いているのであろうことは言動から察していた。だからこそ、伴侶にすると言い切ったのだしな。
I could tell you loved me from your words and actions. which is why I said you would be my wife.
だが直接口に出して言われたことはない。
But you haven't said anything to me directly.
言ってくれ。お前の口から聞きたい。
So tell me. I want to hear it from you. As he spoke, there was a look of great expectation in Cyan's eyes. How could I deny his earnest request? I love you too, Cyan. There was no way I could tell him how embarrassed I was to say that. Cyan, you're not a very nice person. And yet, I love you so very much. Your purity and impurity, your determination and desires, everything. I love Cyan Brofeis more than anyone else in the world.
上出来だ。
Well done. His confession turned into a vow.
今ここに誓おう。
I swear here and now.
この国の呪いも、お前の死神としてのゆえんも、俺は神として必ず解き明かしてみせる。
As God, I will unravel the secrets behind this country's curse, and why you possess the power of death.
だが、
But
お前の前では、地に足つけてただの男であるとしよう。
I will be a mere mortal and a man, with his feet on the ground when I'm with you. And that's the best end.
不要と判断していた感情が、メモリーが、お前が近くにいるだけでこんなにも高鳴るとは。
Alright, and with
なか
that,
なか興味深い結果だ。
with that,
神
I'm
と死
happy to
神
end
である
this.
俺たちだが、共にいるときは、ただの男と女として唇を重ねるとするが。
Yay! I love him. I love him. Naturally, I had to play his end again before we end it completely. But there we go. I won't trouble you all anymore with any more ends, despair, or salvation. I will let you discover the rest on your own, or rediscover if you've already played the game. I want to play his entire route again. I won't do it on stream. Since I won't bug you with that. We've done it a couple times, so it's fine. But I love him. I love him so much. So, with that, we will end this series of Virche Evermore Era Salvation. There's no more left to play. Oh, this was a great game. This really was a great game. I'm so happy about it. I'm still eagerly awaiting when the release of the fan disc. Well, I mean, the pre-order announcement is for the fan disc. I'm still awaiting that. So when that happens, you know I'll be on that. You know I'll be on that bitch. I love him so much. So there we go. Virche Evermore Era Salvation. I don't want to leave, but I must. Anyway, that's it. So I'll be back next time, next week, with some Colorex Malice, I guess. And then the week after, I will be taking that week off. So I'll have 1 or 2 streams next week. Then the week after that, I will be in Florida, visiting my grandparents. But as for the immediate future, we do have one more game for this week. We have an indie game called Walking for Your Hearts by Honey Bunny. So we'll be playing that tomorrow. And then Saturday we'll be doing something. I don't know. So we'll be doing something. But there we go. So I hope you enjoyed your time here. Enjoyed, you know, playing the story with me. Squealing. And I'll be posting my rankings on Twitter. But till then, till next time. Until next time, this will be goodbye. So I hope to see you again in a future stream. And I wish everyone the best. So, if you're ever in a flower field that's burning, grab those flowers, grab your lover, get out of the burning flower field, and then propose to her or him. That's my last advice for you for this series. Alright, you all have a good night, morning, afternoon, evening, and I'll see you all around. Thanks for coming by and thanks for watching. Alright. I'll see you all again.